Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Nora G and today we will be crafting with Dollar Tree seashells. Yes, seashells. So today I will show you how to transform these Dollar Tree seashells into stunning crafts for your home. Okay, so without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into it. Wow, so for our first DIY, first let's take a look at the supplies you will need for this. Okay, so from the Dollar Tree, grab some seashells, your glue gun. I also got this nice wooden circle hanging decor. It already comes with a rope, which makes it easy. I also got this nice 4.5-inch mirror from the Dollar Tree, and also this nice display easel from the Dollar Tree. So to get started, this hanging rope is pretty long, so I decided to make it a little bit shorter. You could choose to keep yours longer if you want to, but for the design I'll be making, I'd rather for the rope to not show. Alright, and that's it. So let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, this measures almost 12 inches round, and I'm marking the area where I want to place my mirror. So make sure that it is centered. You would use your ruler or any measuring tape to make sure that this is centered properly. Okay, so I just measured to make sure every corner is equal. I'll go ahead to trace that out so that when I start working on our design, I know exactly where to stop. Alright, so now let's get into the bread and beans of this. These shells actually are plastic, so these are not actual seashells. They're just designed to look like seashells. I love the fact that they're all uniform, they're all the same size, which is something you would not normally find with shells because they come in different sizes, okay? But then, these are made for us to use for crafting, which is what we're doing here today. So I will go ahead to glue this all around, starting from the outside, working my way in. All right, so if you start from the inside, unless you're looking to making a completely different style design, which actually I do have one in mind, which I will show you in another video. But for today, we will be doing the style working from outside in. Alright, so today I will be showing you 4 different projects, and I would love it if you can comment which of the 4 projects was your favorite at the end of this video. Let's chit chat below, so do let me know which of the 4 is your favorite once you've watched the entire video. Alright, so as we're inching into our circle, I thought this would be a good time to actually place my mirror. You could do it completely and before placing the mirror, but I choose to put my mirror at this point, and I'll show you why. So of course I took off the bottom part, and I'll be using my A6000 glue to glue it together, as well as my hot glue while my A6000 glue cures. You could use any other strong adhesive of your choosing. Okay, so now that we have that glued, I'll go ahead to complete gluing on our seashells. And as you can see, I'm using a generous amount of hot glue here. I first of all place the shell where I want to place it to see exactly where it's touching, so I know where to place my hot glue. Okay, so once I was done with this, I actually did put a generous amount of Mod Podge or tacky glue over this, just so it bonds even stronger. At this point, this is good enough. So if you do not want to paint it, this you can leave it as this. So because I'll be using these bits to accentuate around the mirror, I will go ahead to paint it first before doing so. Alright, so I will paint this gold using my Rust-Oleum metallic gold spray paint. But first, of course, we have to cover our mirror, and I will go ahead to have that spray painted. And that is what it looks like once it was spray painted. This could be silver. I actually have a silver version on my channel, as you can see at the top screen there. You could check out that video later on if you want to. And then now I'll go ahead to accentuate the corners using my beads, which come in different sizes. There are 5 different sizes, and I wanted it to have some kind of texture or difference to it by not using the same size beads around the edges. So just watch as I do this. All these different sizes beads, I actually got them from the Dollar Tree as well, so that was very convenient. I really liked that I was able to get all the supplies for this DIY from the Dollar Tree. So this is another one that had the smaller sizes for the bits. I'll use that to fill in any gaps and also just giving it that organic look. I'll go on to clean our mirror, and this is what it looks like once I was done. So I will use our easel to actually display our mirror. You could hang this up on the wall as I will show you, or you could have it on an easel looking like so. What do you think about this DIY? Would you keep it unpainted like this, or would you have it painted whatever color you like? Please do let me know in the comment section below. I really do love how this turned out, guys. It just has this very high-end look to it. Once again, do not forget to let me know which of the 4 DIYs at the end of this video was your absolute favorite. I would love to know. Look at that detail. A very easy way to add some touch to your home. Now on to the next. For our second project, we'll be making a decorative seashell vase or vase, whichever way you call it, okay? So this is different from the one where I had the twine wrapped around the neck of the vase and then had some shells attached to it. This is going to be all covered in seashells, okay? So just watch as I do this. Alright, so I will start off by gluing the seashells around the brim of the vase. I'm using the tape on there in case you're wondering, just to support the vase so it's not rolling over while I'm trying to glue the seashells on it. Just for some support. Okay, so as you can see, I'm building and working my way to the bottom of the vase, and make sure to start from the top to the bottom. Do not skimp on the hot glue, guys, so use an ample amount of hot glue here to glue this. You could also use any other stronger adhesive of your choosing. Alright, so once I had this completed, I also had Mod Podge or tacky glue you could use, painted or covered onto this just so this holds properly and it also holds sturdier for a longer time. So far, this is what it looks like. So in case you missed my last 2 DIY video on how I used some of these shells to accentuate some vases from the Dollar Tree, check the description box below to see what else you can make in terms of nautical or coastal decor. For my coastal decor lovers, you may want to check that out. However, this time around we're going glam, but if you're a coastal or nautical decor style person, you could leave this as is and not paint it, okay? This looks just as good without any paint over it. Okay guys, so as you already know, word of the day today is seashells. So please do comment seashells down below and show your girl some love. Thank you. These jars or this vase, once completed, is perfect for holding flowers or candles or even just as a standalone decor piece, okay? It looks just as good. And that's what it looks like. So yeah, I love how this looked. And I went ahead to style it without painting it. For those of you who would prefer to keep it as is, please do let me know in the comment section if you would like to keep this as is, or if you would choose to paint it like I will go ahead to do right now in gold, since we're doing a whole gold collection. And this is what it looks like. Is it just me, or is this giving pineapple? It's giving pineapple vibes. And I love it because, of course, I'm a pineapple lover. That's by the way. So guys, please do let me know if you do have some really good greenery into this. That would definitely look like a pineapple. So please do let me know in the comment section if you will keep this gold or any other color, or if you will keep the color as is. So do comment below. Now on to DIY number 3. So now for DIY number 3, I got this set of 3 balls from the Dollar Tree, this wooden brick or block from the Dollar Tree as well, wooden doll balls, and that's all we will need for this, as well as our seashells. So you will poke some hole onto the ball and also have this glued down on the block. I recommend you drilling a hole here and then gluing it in. It is a hollow square or hollow block. So I went ahead to use my super glue to do so, set it aside for it to cure, and then used my hot glue to poke a hole in the plastic ball. Alright, so just making sure that the hole is large enough for our wooden dollar to go through, and meanwhile I will go ahead to spray paint this black. While that is drying out, we will go ahead to work on our ball. This time around, I'm trying to be making a sculpture using our seashells. So far we've had a wall decor, we've had a vase, and now I'm going to make a matching sculpture to go with that. So with this being plastic and also the seashells being plastic, the hot glue actually holds it down pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this going around in circle until I am satisfied. So just watch as I do this. As you can see, there are still gaps on there. Do not worry about that. I will show you what I'll be doing with those gaps. So it's intentional. So I'm gluing the seashells but making sure that we have enough gaps where I'll be able to, you know, add some embellishments for our sculpture. So once this was all done, I did go ahead to cover that in Mod Podge as well and then set it aside for it to cure properly. I'm using the other wooden dollar on here for support, so it's easy for me to pick this up and to attach my seashells. Next, I'll go ahead to spray paint this gold, of course, keeping to our theme, and that is what it looks like. So next thing, I'll be using, of course, our beads or our faux pearls to actually accentuate the areas where there are no seashells. Once again, I'll be doing this in different sizes just to give it some texture. Just watch as I do this. The smaller ones tend to be a little bit tricky to attach, so you could use a pick to actually pick them and place them on there. I'm not sure that's what they're called, but you know the thing you use to pick up beads when you're doing embellishments on clothing. You could do that if you do not have a steady hand. Right, so even though I'm using hot glue for this, once I was done placing them, I actually did go ahead to use some Mod Podge or tacky glue between the two. Those are the two that I tend to use a lot, and actually you know, brushed it over the bits just to make sure they stay in place over time. All right, so I did go ahead to complete that, adding more bits to every opening that I did spot on our sculpture, and that is what it looks like. So of course that's tacky glue that I'll go ahead to cover up the entire thing with, and the next thing, once that was dry, I will go ahead to attach our stand to our sculpture head. I did so using hot glue. You could also use A6000 glue for this, and that is perfectly okay. Alright guys, so this is our final look, and this is how it looked like. What do you think about our seashell sculpture? I love it guys, I really loved it. But if you think this is pretty, wait until you see DIY number 4. That is the one that stole my heart. Once again guys, please do let me know in the comment section which of these 4 DIYs was your absolute favorite. And if you had to choose, what color would you spray paint all of this? Let me know. And now on to our final DIY. DIY number 4 is actually supposed to be like a complement or a pair with DIY number 3, but I chose to do them separately because they look completely different, but at the same time very similar. It is also a sculpture, and first things first, I was cutting out circles using my spray paint top cover. All right, so these circles would be about 4 inches wide, like not 4 inches, sorry, 4 centimeters, my apologies. And then I'll go ahead to glue the two together, putting my holding dowel in the center because that is where I'll be putting through the base. All right, so when you're gluing it, make sure to leave an opening just like so. All right, so this is how it would look, or it should look like once it is glued. You can easily take out the wooden dowel and put it back in because that is where we will glue it once we're done creating our piece. Next up, I'll be using 6 of our seashells to create a flower pattern around our circle. This is where I really love the fact that the seashells are all the same sizes. Those look like rose petals or some flower petals, okay? So I'll go ahead to glue them down now that I already know where I want them to be placed. And once again, using my hot glue and putting a generous amount of them. You could use any other stronger adhesive of your choosing. So our first part is done, making sure that your hole is still visible and you're not blocking that. I'll go ahead to keep the wooden dowel in there when I go on to add our second part. I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, just making them to match the other side as well. Just watch as I complete this. Okay, so there we have it. Our first part is complete. I'll use my super glue to actually make sure that where the shells do touch each other, that is glued completely. And next up, I'll be spray painting it gold, of course, keeping to our theme. And this is what it looks like once it was spray painted. Next up, I will go ahead to fill in the center with our 4 beads or 4 pearls. And I'm making sure I'm using different sizes as well, from biggest, and very tiny beads as well. Just watch as I do this. Once again, even though I'm using hot glue, I will go ahead to use my tacky glue or Mod Podge. I do recommend Mod Podge over tacky glue because I did realize that tacky glue is thicker than Mod Podge. Mod Podge is way lighter. With tacky glue, you may want to mix it a little bit with water before you brush it over. But I do recommend Mod Podge over tacky glue, and they both dry clear. So next up, I will go ahead to glue our base, a wooden dowel and block base, to our sculpture head. Okay, so carefully place that through and make sure that it is properly aligned with the brick facing forward. And this is what our final look is like. What do you guys think? I love how this turned out, guys. I absolutely love this. And I'm going to show you how they all tie in together towards the end of this video. Once again, please do let me know which of these DIYs was your absolute favorite. I would love to know. A very simple way to decorate your home using these beautiful seashells from the Dollar Tree. There are so many ways you could go about this. If you would like to see a part 2 for this, do let me know, guys, and I will gladly create another versions of this for you. Well, and there you have it. 4 easy and beautiful DIY projects using Dollar Tree seashells. Perfect for adding a touch of the beach to your home decor. And so that will bring us to the end of today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please do not forget to hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss a thing. Thank you for watching and have a great day.